We'll take a break Monday, Tuesday, and then next week, at the end of the week, we'll finish off our notes for Chapter 12. And then remember, your test is going to be on Wednesday, the last week of school. So we have school all next week, Monday through Friday. Then the last week of school, you don't have school Monday. So come back Tuesday, do your one-pager, and then your test will be Wednesday. You have 2 days to redo it if you have to, but no, you probably won't. Correct. You have your Chromebooks on one of the days. So, Thursday, you turn them in. So, you should make sure you study for this one, is more or less what we're trying to say, yes. And then we are going to do just a quick wrap-up project on Thursday, Friday to end off the school year. All right, so as we take a look at volumes of pyramids, pyramids was 1/3 area of the base times the height of the prism. So remember, we started with prisms in 12.4. We did volume of area of the area of the base times height. We changed it slightly when we did a cylinder. We did pi r squared instead of area of the base because our base is a circle. That's how you find it, is pi r squared. And then times h. And then yesterday we just threw a third in the front. So we're going to just throw a third in the front. So v equals 1/3. But for area of the base, again, we have a circle. So instead of putting a capital B for area of base, how would we find the area of a circle? Pi r squared. So that's just going in place of the B, the capital B, and then times h. So we're just finding the two things. We're finding r is radius, and h is our height. Yesterday, if you were gone, we talked about this height because before, when we talked about cones back in surface area, we talked about the L, and L stood for slant height. Today, we're going to be only talking about just height, just the height. If you want to use two colors to color coordinate, you can. So we have our R and our H. And then you do have one glue in, so Mr. Kwan's handing that out right now. Alright, so it's just one glue in today. Should take you like 3 seconds to glue that in. Make sure you pass glue around your table when you're finished so that the next person can use it. Alright, please be careful with that glue. Like I said, we're running out of glue and we only have 2 weeks left. We gotta really make sure that we're taking care of that glue. Alright, so as we take a look at this picture, the two things that we need in this cone is the radius and the height. Those are the only two things that we need to find. Shouldn't take us too long to find it. So for our radius, we have our R. At that, we look at our circle, at our base. Is 4 going to be the radius, or do we need 8? Yeah, we keep it at 4. So our radius is 4. Now remember this cone, it's like it's tilted on its side. And so when we talk about height, we always want to flip it so that it's back to its normal state. So we would take that circle, it looks like this right now, but we would want it to go this way. If we put that circle from the side, if you flip that to the bottom, so then we're looking at the height from the bottom of the circle to that vertex, that point it comes to. So what is our height in this from the circle to the point of the vertex? Yep, 18. All right, at this point, you guys are crushing it with those formulas. We're just following that formula, keeping everything there except for the R and the H we'll replace, we'll substitute. So V equals, we'll keep that 1/3 pi. And then instead of R, especially because now we have that squared, we'll use parentheses. So what is the R? What is our radius? 4, so 4 squared, and then our H, 18. So overall, our volume is a lot easier to find than our surface area. On Monday and Tuesday, we'll go back and review surface area, but surface area, there was quite a few things we had to find. We had to find like radius, height, slant height, we had to find the circumference, things like that. It was a little bit more complex. With our volume, when we're finding the inside amount, remember we're really thinking about just stacking those layers. So it's like we're taking the circle and then we're stacking those layers up. And we have that third. Yesterday we watched that video. Remember, if I take 3 of these and we slant them in different ways, it would actually make a cylinder this time instead of a prism. Alright, so then we throw that into our calculator. 1/3 times pi, parentheses, 4 squared, parentheses 18. Okay, it cuts it off again because I'm using a bigger font, so just a heads up if you're like, Miss Merle didn't type it all in, I did. Alright, 301.5 or 301.6? Good, 0.6. And then I'm going to write that Km, and what exponent will I use, 2 or 3? 3. Okay, we use 2 when we're doing what? When we're doing volume. Not when we're doing volume. Taking that back. We use 2 when we do area. 3 when we do volume. Because area we're measuring squares. Volume we're measuring cubes. Alright, like Darwin noticed when I was talking about our tests, we won't have a lot of time for retakes for this test because your test is going to be Wednesday. We won't have a lot of time for you to have extra time to finish it. You should be able to finish it in class. We're giving you lots and lots of time to practice in this chapter on purpose so that you're ready for your test and you won't have to retake it. Okay? So, most of you in this class in period 1, I would say a solid 80% of you are using your time really wisely during work time and you're getting your work done first. There's about 20% of us that I'm a little worried are going to wait until the end and then not do anything until the very end. So, make sure that you are studying for your test, you're doing your practice, you're getting everything together, checking Skyward for any missing assignments. Alright, rest of the time is for you to get your work done.